Even if you're not overly concerned about overpacking, there are definitely some things that you will regret bringing on a cruise. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I know a lot of us are trying to bring a little bit less when we do go on a cruise. And what I did is I recently asked on my Facebook page, what are the things maybe that people regret bringing on a cruise? And I got some amazing answers. There were a lot of really practical, very, very good things that I have noted for myself. And as well, there were some other things that were kind of funny, but I have to say, I think there was a lesson in them. So I am going to share all of that information with you today. Now, what I've done is I've actually grouped this up into about 10 to 15 different categories. So we will go through them. I am sure that you are going to pick up at least one or two or maybe more things that you will not want to bring on a cruise. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. So let's start off with a few practical ones. Number one, shapewear. Yes, a lot of ladies said they regretted bringing shapewear. Now, a lot of times what we do is we bring shapewear because we think we might wear them under form-fitting dresses or maybe our formal wear. And basically what a few people said is they regretted bringing their shapewear because it's not very comfortable, and you want to be comfortable on a cruise. And I think that this really made a lot of sense. I have brought shapewear in the past, and truthfully, I haven't been comfortable. And if anything, it's made me want to get out of my dress as soon as that dinner was finished. So I think that that really is good advice. And what some people said is ditch the shapewear, be comfortable, wear something you feel good in, and honestly, don't even worry about it because nobody cares at all. Now, by the way, I would love to hear from you. Please let me know if you do bring shapewear on a cruise, and if you've actually found any comfortable shapewear, please let me know as well. Number two, a case of soda or water bottles. Now, a lot of cruise lines will allow you to bring a case of soda or water bottles on embarkation day. And what some people said is they did actually regret bringing this case of soda, mainly because what happened is they actually had to carry that case of soda with them for a couple of hours up until their cabin was ready on embarkation day. Now, I have to say, years ago, I used to recommend that people did bring a case of water bottles with them on embarkation day for a cruise. But nowadays, I think a lot of cruise lines do actually have water bottle packages that are pretty affordable. So I think that that is a better option. And also what some people said is when they did bring that case of soda with them, that they actually didn't end up drinking the soda either. So it was kind of a waste of bringing it on the cruise. Number three, too many clothes and too many shoes. Now, I know you're not surprised to hear this one. A lot of us really do overpack and we regret bringing so much clothes. But let's talk about the shoes in particular, because I think that there really is something here. What some people said is when it came to shoes, what they really regretted was bringing cute shoes that were not very comfortable. So I do think that when it comes to traveling, practicality, function, comfort, that rules. So keep the cute shoes for maybe at home, the really, really high heels for a dinner out, maybe at home. But on a cruise, you want to wear those comfortable shoes. They could still look good, but you definitely want them to be comfortable and practical. Now, also, when it came to clothes, what some men said in particular was that they regretted bringing a tuxedo. Now, there's nothing wrong with bringing a tuxedo, so if you want to do this, definitely do so. But a lot of men said that they thought formal night would be more formal than it was, and that now what they do is they bring a pair of dress pants, a dress shirt, and maybe like a sports jacket, but they don't wear the tuxedo anymore. Number four, pineapple door decorations. Now, in case you didn't know, on some cruise lines, it's really a thing to decorate your cruise cabin door. And this can be a lot of fun, and it's a way to kind of recognize your door versus all the other doors, because they kind of do look the same. Of course, for the cabin number. In any case, what people had regretted is bringing pineapple door decorations in particular. Now, what they said is they would have their pineapple door decorations, but they would come back to their cabin or they'd wake up in the morning and their pineapples were turned upside down. Now, if you're not sure what the upside down pineapple means, then just Google it after this video. It will give you a little bit of a laugh, but in any case, you could probably understand why people regretted the pineapple door decoration. Number 5, floppy sun hats. Now, I still think that sun hats are a really good idea, but a lot of times when you do pack them in your suitcase, they kind of squish up. They don't really keep their shape. And what some people said is that they wore their sun hats on the cruise ship and it actually got swept out to sea. So if you do bring any sun hats for a cruise, I have to say, I think that they're better off worn in the islands, in your destinations, and not being worn on the cruise ship. If you do wear a hat on cruise ship, it's best off that you wear like a baseball cap and not an actual sun hat. Now I have sort of a part B to the sun hat, and I have to give credit to the person who shared this story because it might be a lifesaver for somebody. But basically what this person had regretted bringing, and it was more than one person, but was a sun hat where it was a sun hat wig so that the hair is actually attached to the hat. A really practical idea. However, what happens is when you go through security, when you do get on to the cruise ship after being in the cruise port, they ask you to take off your hat. So what she said happened every single time she went back on the cruise ship is she actually had to remove her sun hat, and it did include her sort of wig included in it every single time. So kudos to the lady who shared this story. She is a really good sport, but I think it could help you out. Maybe don't bring the wig sun hat combination, or just be prepared maybe with an alternative for when you are getting back to the cruise ship. Number 6, items that ended up getting confiscated. So some of those items included a surge protected power bar. Other people said they did indeed bring a travel iron. Other people brought alcohol and ended up having to go down to kind of the naughty room to go and get that bottle of alcohol from there, and had to kind of act a little bit surprised, like they don't know how they got in there. But those are all things that some people regretted bringing on a cruise. An expensive camera. Yes, some people said they regretted bringing a very expensive camera on the cruise ship, and they said that in particular they didn't know how all of the different lenses and the different filters really worked, so it kind of was a little bit of a waste of space to bring it on the cruise ship, and maybe even a bit of a waste of money. Now I can tell you a few years ago we brought a GoPro on a cruise, and that as well, I mean, it was certainly cool to have a GoPro, but honestly, I have my iPhone now, my husband, my son, we all have our iPhones, and we just find they work so well that we haven't actually found the need for other types of cameras. But please let me know if you do bring a more expensive camera or some special equipment. Please let me know down in the comments below. Number 8, the wrong people. Yes, sometimes the things that people have regretted bringing on a cruise weren't things, they were people. So the wrong people could have included ex-husbands, ex-wives, mother-in-laws. Sometimes it was kids, oftentimes it was teenagers. It could have been colleagues and even some ex-friends. And basically the thing that everybody sort of had in common was when cruising with these people, they just put a damper on the vacation. Some people said that these people were cheap, they weren't moody, they weren't very fun. So all around, not people you want to go on a cruise with. Now, by the way, all joking aside, if you are interested in keeping organized for your cruise, I do have the Ultimate Cruise Planner. Now, the Ultimate Cruise Planner is a 47-page downloadable printable cruise planner that includes cruise packing lists and forms that will help you to keep organized from the time that you book your cruise all the way through disembarkation. Now, if you are interested in knowing what's included, I will leave all the information linked down below in the description of this video. Next up, we have snacks. A lot of people said they brought snacks thinking maybe they'd be hungry on a cruise, and then realized there's basically unlimited food on a cruise, and there was no need to bring additional snacks. Of course, you can always bring snacks on a cruise if you want. Just make sure that they are packaged and they are not homemade. Unnecessary stuff. So I'm just going to keep this category as unnecessary stuff, because for everybody, what we like and what we need on a cruise is going to be different. But some people said that they brought snorkeling fins, and they didn't really need snorkeling fins. I personally wouldn't end up needing snorkeling fins, so I would leave them at home. However, other people said that they brought walkie-talkies, and they didn't really need that on a cruise. Of course, cruise lines now have the app that you can pretty much communicate with other people as long as everybody has a phone. Other people said they brought too many books, that they just never really had time to read all of those books. And I think a lot of times, maybe these days, it seems like a lot of people are reading on their Kindle. We maybe don't need as many physical books. And as well, other people said they didn't need all of the different cruise essentials that different people said, including me, that they needed. And of course, you do you, so only choose the things that you actually think that you will use, that will be practical and helpful for you on your cruise. Now, speaking of cruise essentials, I will leave a video right at the end of this one with 50 Cruise Essentials. Do not buy all 50, but there are some really good cruise essentials that are included in that video in case you do want to check that out. I would love to hear from you. What are some things that you maybe have brought on a cruise that you definitely regret? Please let me know down in the comments below. And I'm going to leave the information as well about the Ultimate Cruise Planner in case you do want to check that out. Now, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I would love to have you here within the Lifewell Cruise community. Bye for now and happy cruising.